Let's give God a big hand in his house. The church and the choir, the widow and the family, the representative of the Inspector General of Police, my brother Otala, the in-laws and fellow mourners, may I invite the team from Arrow and the staff to come and join me here. Omala, Sam worked with this team here. The Sam Omala, as you have heard, and I was listening to some of the songs here, it is well with my soul. And I want to say that it is equally well with his soul. Sam Omala, a gallant son of Uganda, served this country with the commitment and zeal. And he's remained and is gone as one of the most distinguished police officers in the history of Uganda Police Force. Sam Omala served this country, and at times, as the Inspector General of Police, as represented, spoke with clarity. Sam Omala served this country, and I want you to recall the time when you had walk to work. Walk to work was meant to overthrow the government of Uganda, but what you call resurrection. To get people to march into town and occupy all government offices, including State House, Parliament, and all what you might have seen in Kenya of the Gen Zs, or what you saw in Tunisia as the Arab Spring. Commander Omala stopped that insurrection. And I want you to give a big hand. He defended the Constitution without fear or favor. That is the gallantry you had in a man lying before you. Sam Omala is a person that, to me, should have risen and been given one of the highest honors in this country in service to the nation. Sam Omala and his colleague, for example, the former Inspector General of Police, General Kale Kaihura, some people forget easily. I would have wanted to see here some of the most senior government officials, not only from police, the army, intelligence, and all the others, even State House. But Ugandans tend to forget quickly, memory lapse. And I want to tell you, shame on you. I would have loved to see you here stand with the man who stood with Uganda when the need was there. But some of you here now, when Omala is no more, are not here to stand with him. I again repeat, shame on you. When Omala was sick, a few of us understood what it meant to stand with this man. A man who was able to contain Besigye. Some people say Omala killed anybody. Show me, let me get one person in this country who can show me one person during the time Omala was in command of his operation in Kampala North, one person that Omala put out of life. One person. Omala was persuasive, and he was using both soft power and hard power. Omala was hard on Besigye. He was firm on Besigye. He was clear on what the law should be. He did not want people to be careless with the freedoms of this country. So when I speak here, I took Omala on and gave him a job as the deputy CEO, and also gave him to head operations and to train these young people here. And he did a very good job. His chairman of the board was the late Inspector General of Police of Aro Security, the late John Kosio Domel. So you could see the combination of polished men who served this country with commitment and zeal. And I would really want to say to the family, I did not take Omala not only as a friend, and I did not stand with Omala not as a Pan-Africanist, a nationalist. He stood as a patriot. You, the children, I want you to emulate the character of a good man and a gentleman. Omala is a person who loved his country. But most of all, he married a lady from Uganda. He had many children, but he married a lady from Uganda. And he used to say all the time, Ndi mukodomi wa Uganda. And he adored and loved his king, Sabachajja Kabaka Mutebi, Magulu Nyondo Chuchu. Sabasajja, this man lying before you loved you with all his heart, soul, and body. He respected the kingdom of Uganda. And one time when he was given the invitation, the card to attend the coronation, which is annual, of the Sabasajja, by the Katikiro of Uganda. The Katikiro of Uganda, Maiga, Charles Maiga, he was overwhelmed and thrilled. And the Katikiro of Uganda, I want to thank you for having recognized this man in his humility and epitome. Thank you very much. To you, the family, I want to send a message and to say that the children, especially the daughter, the son, you, the son, the Mukodomi, I want you to stand out and be assured that we shall not let you down. We shall stand with you. I will once again convey a message to His Excellency the President, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to see how best government can complement, even posthumously, the support to the family for the gallantry of this man, Sam Omala, SCP, because he was an effective police officer, an example that all police should follow and emulate. I also want to communicate one very important thing. I have listened to Colonel Major General Kaindo Tafire, the current Minister of Internal Affairs, plead with government and his colleagues in cabinet and His Excellency the President on improving the welfare of police. This is a message I want to reiterate, that the welfare of the police officers in this country is wanting. Police officers must have decent living. They must have decent accommodation. They must be supported in any way possible. And I urge that in the future budgets, let the welfare of police and the police officers and all the gallant officers and men be given the stature they require in this country because of the work they do for this country. I also want to therefore reiterate and commit the words of my brother Otala, representing the IGP, to say that some of the children, now that the police is recruiting, we call upon you to come and join the police force, and the other Ugandans too, because the apple does not fall very far away from the tree. This is a good breed, and I think that you'll have good officers if you take some of these children into the police force. There will be a replacement that we are going to lay to rest. I want to conclude by appealing to all those, and as the son had said, that Omala did his job as a police officer. The work of police is to maintain law and order, to cite or prevent any crime. And Omala did it very well. If there is anybody he interfered with his work, as the family has said, he seeks for forgiveness. Because Omala, most of all, what is very important, died a man who was born again. He gave his life to God. To church, all saints, I want to thank you very much for having given this man a very humbling send-off and prayer. This is a man who gave his life to God, and I want God Almighty to receive him with all open arms, because Omala is in a better place. To the family, once again, we will join you in the final send-off at home. I want to really say, may his soul rest in eternal peace. May the God Almighty, the God of Abraham, the God of David, receive Omala with open arms.